Hello! So this is the Zoya collection. So I brought it out into my living room to give myself a bit more, if I can move the camera up, a bit more space. And as I said before, what I'm going to do is put this into colours. I don't know whether I thought this was going to be more or less. But yeah, so it's like 2.5 drawers of helmets, a couple of boxes. So I'm going to quickly say that this is the most recent collection, Y2K and Hypnotic. And then we also have the leathers. I really like all of them, so I'm going to keep them all and I'm going to use them in my background. So I'm going to keep the boxes and everything. So these are going to stay, but I thought I'd just show you that that is also part of it. So I'm going to decant out Intriguing that I still have in the box. Like I said, and then sort these by colour. I'm not sure if I'm going to film like all the sorting because I think it's going to take me quite some time. So I'll kind of come back in and check in with you as I'm going through this. I'm also watching The Crown in the background, so yeah. I'll see you in probably 20 minutes and instantly in this video. Ugly Bottle Syndrome at its finest. This is Brighton, which was like a mute, putty Lydia holographic, but look how yellowy it is. Obviously when you wear it, when you get it out, it's not like that at all. It's the right colour, but there's something obviously in the pigment of certain things, and it always seems to be like a yellowy, green, limey tinge that the polishes go whenever this happens with Ugly Bottle Syndrome. So she's an ugly one, but on the nail she'll be pretty still. This is where I've got to so far in about 8 or 9 minutes, so I'll keep going. Just wanted to show you that. Ta-da! So we have the Zoya collection kind of in colour order. So we've got like the burnt oranges and orange, a couple of yellows, then reds, then raspberries. I've tried to kind of do the purples in a little bit of tonal order, same with the blues, pinks. We have black, metallic-y, glittery neutrals, neons, putty, naked manicure shades, brownie shades, blue obviously in some sort of rainbow, greens. Let me zoom in because it is beautiful. Look at those ugly greens and greens, and then we have the turquoises over here. So this is where we are. I mean, overwhelmingly I have way too many purples. Like, how did that even happen? Because I'm not really a purple person. It's not too bad actually. There will be plenty that will go, but actually when it looks out like that, there's a few pockets that I know I need to kind of focus on. Definitely the purples need to go down, probably a couple of blues, but like the greens, I'll probably keep all of them. Yellows, oranges, I'll probably keep all them. So if we can maybe get this down by a third, I think that would be good, but that's so aesthetically pleasing, isn't it? Should we just leave it like that forever? Okay, fine, I'll tidy it up. So this is where I've got to so far, so just out a shot here. These are all the ones that I'm parting with so far. I've put some of the definite keeps back in the drawer, and then we're down to kind of going through these. So I've done the greens, the yellows, the oranges, the browns. Some of them I've whittled down. Yeah, making progress. Sometimes it's easy to do it kind of slowly because I've kept some of these out because I could keep these all. But I'm also trying to just keep looking at them and just comparing. And same with these, I probably need to trim these down a little bit more, but I'm just keeping them out, and then when I'm definite, I'm putting them away. Yeah, so slow process. I'm going to fill up this one drawer, and I'm going to have a little break and then come back to it in a little bit. It's a bit overwhelming, not going to lie. So this is what I'm getting rid of, which you just can't see. Oh my gosh. This is what we're getting rid of, which is about 40 polishes. Yeah, I think it did really well. It's a shame because as you can see here, I've just not quite got it down to 2 drawers, but because I do obviously get more, I've got more Zoya on the way now actually for the transitional collection, so I need an extra drawer. This is the drawer that was half Essie, so I'll put the Essie back in here, and then obviously we'll have a little bit of a room to grow for Zoya. These are all going to go on my Destash on Instagram, so I apologise that probably I'm going to post these up for sale like now, so by the time this video comes up, if you've not seen it on Instagram, there might not be any left. I'm not really sure how it's going to go, what people want to buy, but I'll try and post about it as much on Instagram as I can, and if you want to, they'll be on Instagram if you want to have a look at them in more detail. So yeah, this is the Zoya part done. So officially, I feel like weird because you can't see my face. We've officially gone through everything. I'm not really sure how much footage that will have created, to be honest. So I'm going to put these away because I'm going to start listing things on Instagram, and then I just need to kind of like a resort. So the last part of this video is going to be me rearranging things, you know, where things weren't fitting alphabetically in certain drawers. But the destash is done. I never thought it would happen, but I guess now the rearranging and the actual leaving of the polishes and selling them and giving them away is still yet to do. So yeah, finally, we've done one part of it at least. So the destash process has officially finished. I've gone through every single drawer, every single polish that I own, and we have kept only the good ones, which is still hundreds of nail polishes, let's be real. So the next task really is the organisation. So I am going to film some of that in this video. Obviously the main part is done, but some of you might want to see how I kind of tidied my area. My biggest problem at the moment is what I'm sitting next to here, which is I have three large boxes of polishes that are destashed but still in my house. So as I mentioned before, that all the polishes that I have that are for sale are on my Instagram stories in my highlights. I'm not saying this, like, I feel like I've said it a lot, probably too much, but I just want to let you know because these are not going to be around forever. I'm going to keep these up probably at some point in February. I'm going to start letting my friends rummage through the polishes, and after that point I am going to donate them to the nurses at my local hospital where I work. So these are not going to be around forever, so if you do want them and there's anything or you even want to see what I've got, please do that. I'm probably going to keep some of them, maybe condense these 3 boxes down to 1, and keep some of the indies and things available for destash purposes for later, and I'm certainly going to add destash as I go in the future. But yeah, this is the biggest part now. Like, you know when you feel like you've done one big job, but now I've still got all of this, which is a bit annoying, but we will get there. We will certainly get there. My husband keeps saying to me, when are all these going? So I'm just going to give you a quick overview of what we look like at the moment, and then yeah, like I say, we're going to start to move things around and reorganise and get things a little bit tidier. So this is the problem that I'm talking about. That's my husband's guitar. But these are the problems. So I have these 3 boxes stacked up on here, and this is all the polishes that are going. This is my problem. These are some of the polishes left from PBE plus bubble wrap. So that little section there, I still need to tidy. This just needs to go. On the top, we have had a little bit of a reorganisation. So I have tidied up this little corner here. So we've now obviously got my Essie that I received recently. I've changed these up and put some of my most recent Zoyas on there, but I probably could streamline that a little bit more. I've got the Zoya Cafe creams, and I've also put all my cuticle oils in there, so I thought that was quite nice and fancy. Along the back we still have all the polishes to wear. We still have all the nail care items and things here. Polishes I forgot I own that I'm swatching through. The Niffler is still here. This is still here. Oh, that's fallen over. All of my potions and Zoya Remove is there. I've changed slightly up here if any of you are interested. This is my little Harry Potter shelf, which is overflowing now. I did get some more potions for my birthday. So I now have Draft of Living Death and Flu Powder, plus the Slytherin, because you know, Slytherin pride. And now I've lost the dragon. So yeah, and then the top one remains the same. I've got my Niffler up there as well. So this is pretty tidy. I think I'm overall very happy with how the top looks and how the background of these videos do look. Let's give you a bit of light there. But what is the problem is just in some of these drawers, they're very, very full to the back, and in some of the others we have tons of room. So I want to just make that a little bit more even, so I don't have some that are rammed and some that are half empty, which is probably going to involve getting all the indies out at some point. So that might not be a top priority. The more priority is just is this, to be completely honest. We're back in the living room, and this is my, well, almost all of my indie nail polish collection. All laid out. Ignore the kids' toys at the top and the cat. So I've put them all out here because obviously you can see that certain drawers, that's like perfect, no spares. A little bit of space, overflow, a little bit of space, overflow, probably perfectly full, so many overflows, and then empty. I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little panicked. I thought I was gonna have a little bit more wiggle room than what I do, but we should be able to move it around and make it work just. But I think that from now on I'm gonna have to keep kind of periodically destashing more than leaving this to a once every 4 years project. So they're in alphabetical order, so A, C, D, F, G, H, I, L, and etc, 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 etc. So yeah, let's get started. I don't know whether to start from the bottom or the top. Kind of feel like the top because I need to smush them all down really that way into the bottom drawer, and then there's a little bit of space in the middle here. Yeah, I'll check in as I go. not gonna lie, feeling a little bit stressed. We're almost there. This is the only one that's full, which is the hairs and the glams. It's because I have two massive collections in one. So we've got girly bits that's not in anything at the moment. And we've got a little bit of space here. So I've rearranged slightly. I'm going to sit and think about it for a minute. Certainly I've got a little bit of gap here. See if I can move any more back that way. Cat, enters cat. Or here. But I need more space in this drawer. This is the problem drawer. But otherwise that would involve me splitting collections. Unless I don't go alphabetically at all and I just make my own, which I've not really thought about until right that second. I guess I don't have to go alphabetically and I could just write them down. But obviously I just need to get new labels for them. But if that, then it would work. It will work, it's just me trying to stick to alphabetical order, which is causing the problem. So, kitty cat. Yeah, I'll think about it. I'll be back. And I guess that concludes our Destash. This has been quite a journey, as you may have seen, so thank you for following through the whole series. I think we've ended up in 4 parts by the end. The number one rule I want you all to take away from this is don't wait years to destash. Destash as you go. And certainly since I've been doing that main portion, when I do my monthly favourites videos each month, I destash there and then on the spot and move away the ones that I don't want to keep in my collection. The last little section of filming you would have seen was me trying to get them all into alphabetical order. Now I don't think that's going to happen. They do all currently fit just about in the drawers with no wiggle room whatsoever. So I think what I'm going to have to do is just kind of split it just by brands rather than alphabetically by brand. Because for example in the G to H drawer, half of it was Glam polish and half of it was hair polish. So that's a very letter heavy drawer. So I think I might put my Glams on one side and then have some smaller brands that I don't have as many on in the other half of that drawer and rearrange that in time. But for now they all fit. They certainly did not fit. There was overflow at the start of this process. So I hope you've enjoyed coming along with me. I will show snippets of destashes as I move forward with my collection. But like I say, small bites. Amy, you remember that, small bites and small destashes are the way to go. So leave me all and many comments down in the comments section if you'd like to. Give me a thumbs up, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.